When Zarina Patel walks through the Jivanjee Gardens in Nairobi, she's not only celebrating a public space where she and others can sit and relax.
So he must have come and told Jivanjee that this is what happened.
She's also celebrating her own input in securing this park from the envious eyes of land grabbers. It all started in the 90s.
I felt the need to do something largely because of an environmental concern more than anything else. That how could this only green space in the city even be grabbed? And of course earlier Wangari Maathai had fought for the Uhuru Gardens, so I had a kind of role model, you know.
If Jivanjee Gardens would have fallen to the whims of capitalism, today there would be a shopping mall and a car park, a concrete jungle of sorts right between Moindimbingo Street and Moi Avenue. But it would have also been a tragedy to the man who gave this park to the colonial government in 1906. Alibai Mullah Jivanjee is the grandfather of Zarina Patel.
You know, in all the hustle and bustle of the city, and every city should have always a space. To me, it's like the lungs of the city. But I guess there seems to be no limit to greed.
That she is a woman interested in the history of her people is not in question.
That's May Katilili addressing a baraza. Yeah, he's addressing, that's a Tana River at the back.
Passionate about equality, human rights, environment, and even history, her home library is testimony to her life's journey. But one portrait on her wall grabs my attention. It reignites the events that followed Kenya's struggle for independence.
I feel I didn't get accepted as a Kenyan, you know. I got used.
Whereas there was a unity of purpose where both Africans and Asians fought a common enemy. After independence, attitudes changed.
There was an anti-Asian hysteria in the country. So we went through a pretty difficult time as South Asians, you know, feeling threatened in the country and not sure of what our future will be. And of course, a lot of South Asians at that time left the country.
Born and bred in Mombasa, Zarina had to decide whether to stay in her home country that was not accepting her or leave and seek solace elsewhere.
It was inborn that I was Kenyan, I was going to stay, and then I had to get involved, you know, in fighting this repression.
Her role was well spelt out in the 90s when she was approached to form a cell in Mombasa, agitating for political change that would usher in multipartyism.
We were then organized in different cells, underground cells, in which we worked, and we were grouped, you know, and it was highly secretive. So like one cell wouldn't know, had no idea about another cell, you know. And it involved all kinds of things, you know, writing, distributing leaflets and that kind of thing. And these paintings actually were done at that time.
Yet her struggles began as a young woman. A Kenyan of South Asian origin, she married a Hindu, something that was unheard of then.
I was actually disowned by my parents. Yeah, because I married, I'm born into a Muslim family, and I married a Hindu. And that, at that time, was a total no-no, you know. But it was almost a conscious decision also, because I didn't want to be boxed in to any kind of religious. You know, one of the things that really bedevils the South Asian community is the religious factor. That's where the fight has to begin. You've got to liberate yourself at home before you can liberate society, I think.
Well into her 70s, Zarina Patel feels that a country that embraces all people and respects their rights should be the kind of nation that we all fight for, stand for, live for. Anne Mawathe, Citizen Weekend.